watching Wyln TV. We're your local network.
Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. A Hazleton man was arrested after a victim of a car theft contacted police Tuesday afternoon. The victim waved down an officer in the area of West 2nd and Alter Streets to state that he was driving in the area when he noticed his stolen Honda Pilot. Police approached the parked vehicle and found 32-year-old Xavier Gomez seated in the driver's seat. Gomez claimed he borrowed the Honda from a friend, but further investigation determined that Gomez had an active warrant out of adult probation. He was taken into custody and charged with receiving stolen property. The preliminary hearing for a Sugarloaf Township man accused of killing his father has been continued. The hearing in the death of William Morse IV was continued to December because his son, William Morse III, doesn't have an attorney to represent him in the case just yet. The deceased son was arrested November 12th in the death of his father. Morse III went missing back in June of 2018, and this past September, police declared his death a homicide. Just over a year later, after an extensive investigation, police have charged his son for allegedly killing his father over a $7 million family trust and other assets. Morse applied for a public defender, but the application process could take up to a week to complete. William Morse III remains in prison with criminal homicide charges, which prevents him from being released on bail. Now over to Schuylkill County, where the homicide trial continues for a Freeland man accused of shooting another man in Klein Township. Eric Mumaw's ex-girlfriend, Kristen Kankowski-Charbonneau, testified in court yesterday about text messages that started the situation, which led to the death of 27-year-old David Gombert of Hazel Township. The text between the three prompted Gombert to drive to Mumaw's house on James Street in the McAdoo Heights on November 1st of 2016. Police alleged that Mumaw hit Gombert in the mouth with brass knuckles and shot him in the torso. Gombert was pronounced dead at the scene. Mumaw is charged with first and third-degree murder, along with a slew of other charges. That trial in Pottsville resumed this morning. Around 30 people will be losing their jobs after a business in Valmont Industrial Park announced it will be closing. Federal Business Products was one of the first businesses to set up shop in the industrial park back in 1968. The company prints healthcare and pharmaceutical forms. Federal Business Products will be closing towards the end of this year to move all of its operations to a plant in Torrington, Connecticut. The Hazleton Zoning Board will be hearing an appeal from area organizations on a residential drug rehabilitation program proposed for downtown Hazleton. Lackawanna Hazleton LLC put an application in to operate the drug treatment program at the former post office on East Broad Street. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, Can Do, and the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress are appealing that permit. Hazleton zoning officer Charles Pedri approved the zoning application because its proposed use is permitted in central commercial zones. A lawyer for the organization stated the proposed use for the building requires either a variance or special exemption from the zoning board. The appeal hearing is scheduled to take place Thursday, December 19th at 6:30 p.m. at City Hall in Hazleton. Wright Township parents are facing child endangerment charges after allegedly taking their children on a tractor-trailer ride Monday afternoon that was reportedly hitting a bunch of stuff. Police first contacted 55-year-old Franklin Pitts and 27-year-old Ariel Doris for being so drunk that they couldn't stand straight. About an hour later, a tractor-trailer was reported heading down a narrow side street that hit a parked car and utility pole trying to make a turn. Officers followed until Doris exited carrying her 1- and 2-year-old children, while Pitts refused to, forcing officers to pull him out and handcuff him. Doris then approached officers shouting while carrying her children and 2 bags of open containers, later falling off a porch holding her son, causing him to hit the ground. Pitts then threatened and spit on officers, driving him away. The pair now sits at Luzerne County Prison on an assortment of charges, with bail set at $100,000 for Pitts and $75,000 for Doris. A Wilkes-Barre woman faces child endangerment charges for allegedly abusing her two adopted children. A 14-year-old boy and his 16-year-old sister told authorities that 54-year-old Carmen Innocente abused them from a very young age. Innocente, who is their aunt, adopted the children and allegedly verbally and physically abused them. The children were removed from their home, and that's according to court documents. Innocente was charged with aggravated assault, child endangerment, and simple assault. She was arraigned Tuesday and taken to Luzerne County Prison for lack of $50,000 bail. 3 people are facing drug trafficking charges after conspiring to sell a confidential informant 201 bags of heroin and fentanyl mixed during a controlled buy Monday. 25-year-olds Dominic Marsicano and Neil Makajak and 29-year-old Misty Benjamin are accused of meeting a CI in Ashley Monday afternoon and selling the drugs for $480. Police turned up 45 bags of heroin and fentanyl while searching Marsicano, as well as over $3,000 in cash, while Makajak had the cell phone used and Benjamin had alprazolam in a rolled-up $5 bill. Police also allege Marsicano's vehicle had 409 bags of heroin, a loaded pistol and shotgun, and a bag with a digital scale and rubber bands for packaging drugs. The trio sits at Luzerne County Prison on drug trafficking charges, conspiring to deal drugs, and drug possession, among others. Bail was set at $200,000 for Marsicano and $100,000 each for Makajak and Benjamin. Coming up on Wyln News, Schuylkill County opens the doors to its first hospital in more than 90 years. Plus, we'll have more on the newest PSP Citizens Police Academy graduates. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Well, tomorrow looks partly cloudy, high of 48 and a low of 39, and Friday partly sunny, high of 47 and a low of 24. Saturday mostly cloudy. Hopefully there's no rain or snow to mess with our parade. We'll be right back.
For 4 generations, All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has been treating their customers like family. Stop in to get the lowest financing options and best service around. Whether you're in need of a Ram pickup or have an active family lifestyle or simply want to show off your fun, adventurous side, All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Tamaqua has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. Stop in for Employee Pricing Plus at the Black Friday sales event.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton, everything to make your house a home.
Lehigh Valley Health Network got the green light on a conditional use application for its new carbon facility. Mahoning's Board of Supervisors approved the application Monday night at a public hearing held at the Mahoning Valley Ambulance Building. The proposed hospital site is off Route 443 near PennDOT. The estimated $65 million hospital would bring about 150 jobs to the area. The future campus is estimated to open by 2021. Geisinger St. Luke's Hospital officially opened its doors this morning in Orwigsburg, becoming the first hospital in the state to be co-owned and built by 2 different healthcare organizations. It's also the first time in more than 90 years that a hospital is opened in Schuylkill County. The hospital is co-owned by Geisinger, based out of Danville, and St. Luke's University Health Network, which is based out of Bethlehem. St. Luke's will be managing the hospital, while both organizations will contribute medical expertise and specialists for patient care. The 130,000 square foot 3-story facility was a $72 million investment in the greater Orwigsburg community. Geisinger St. Luke's Hospital will be accepting most major health plans. Pennsylvania State Police Troop N Hazleton had the pleasure of graduating its Citizens Police Academy at Penn State Hazleton last night. Troop N's commander, Captain Robert Bartle, who's been a trooper for 36 years now, said it's not only nice, but important for PSP to hold a CPA because you get to see exactly what law enforcement's really up to.
You get to hear a variety of speakers of people, not only within the Pennsylvania State Police, but like this evening we had someone from the FBI, but you get to hear about different aspects of law enforcement. You get to hear about what the Pennsylvania State Police is really like, from a trooper who works the road to a criminal investigator to many of the specialized positions that we have. And it just gives you a better understanding or an appreciation of what the Pennsylvania State Police and police officers overall do.
Maggie was a two-timer at Troop N's CPA coming into graduation and thinks anyone that's a concerned citizen should enroll in the program.
Because the first time I came, I learned so much that I didn't really know about the state police, and all the presenters really gave you an open insight on jobs and how things are done. I would come back again every year if they have it because it's well worth it.
Sean, another recent CPA graduate, said he's kicking himself in the butt because at one point back in 1977, he was going to be a state trooper. He couldn't make the program last year, but made sure he came this year and recommends the experience to everybody.
Oh, the whole thing was fabulous. The whole thing was fabulous. There was really no favored parts. It was very, very interesting, the whole thing. Yep, and I'll be here next year. I'll be recruiting people for next year. You have to really thank Penn State and all the state police because they were wonderful. They do a hell of a job.
Last night's 8th and final class concluded the 20-hour program, which has been going strong within Troop N for 3 years now. And thank you to our own videographer Mike Murphy for that video, and congrats to this year's graduates, especially our very own Paula Degnan, who I happened to sneak a little clip of right at the end there. Coming up on Woodlawn Park's News Choice, it's Wellness Wednesday. We'll be talking diabetes and diet in Community and You. Plus, we'll have the details on one local Christmas fair coming up this weekend. Stay with us.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Have your event with Whitetail, graduation, birthday, bachelor, reunion parties? They have the most tranquil backyard experience with beautiful mountains in the background. If your company or business wants a different alternative to a golf outing, they have outings that can accommodate you. You can have the entire facility to yourself. They will work with you to set up your day of events. Sporting clay competitions, trap and wobble trap games, skeet. After a day of shooting, you'll return to a meal designed for you. Call Mike at 570-535-6123 for available group options.
Welcome to Wellness Wednesday here on Wyln, everyone. I'm Gary Perna. We are on location today thanks to our friends at the Lehigh Valley Health Network, and I'm with registered dietitian Molly Sweeney, and we're going to talk about diabetes, and there's a lot of factors that play into this. There's different types. There's some people who may just be at that threshold of maybe becoming a diabetic, and there are some things that you can do to better yourself if you have diabetes or you're very close to it. So Molly, let's first talk about what diabetes is, and there are different stages of it, correct?
Correct. There are 3 main forms of diabetes. Type 1, which is insulin dependent, formerly known as juvenile diabetes, but that's no longer the case. Type 2 diabetes, which is that your pancreas isn't producing adequate insulin. It's usually adult onset, but with the obesity epidemic, more children are developing type 2 diabetes. And gestational diabetes, which is diabetes that develops over the course of pregnancy. But then there's also prediabetes, which is you're in that gray area between having a normal blood glucose level and having diabetes itself.
And this is really important because if you are diagnosed or you're coming to that point, your diet plays a huge role in this and what you eat, how often you eat. So there's a lot of control factors that have to be explored. So what are some of the best things that people should be looking at?
Most important thing with diabetes is carbohydrate content. But then you also want to worry about the quality of your food, the quantity with how much you're eating, and then the different forms, because there's always something better we could be eating. And we always want to make sure that we're pairing our carbohydrate foods with a source of protein throughout the course of the day, and we're eating small portions and often.
And I know my grandmother was a diabetic for many years, and I know we always had a watch of what sugar intake and testing and all that. But what is some advice that you would give to everyone, maybe somebody who's just diagnosed or somebody who's just going through this now? It can be a very daunting process, but what are some of the things that they should look forward to?
I think it's always important to see a dietitian, and it's not just because I am a dietitian, but you want an individualized plan. There's not one thing that will help everybody. So having that plan in place and going through the different motions is helpful. But making sure that you're checking your blood sugars often, that you're eating well, that you're exercising, that's going to help you with those ABCs of having diabetes, where A is your hemoglobin A1C, the marker of your diabetes status. B for your blood pressure. You want to make sure that your blood pressure is well under control. And then C for your cholesterol level. We want to make sure that those levels throughout the course of the day are well controlled, and if they're not, we want to intervene to prevent a heart attack or a stroke from occurring.
So a lot of things, and this is a very important topic. We were seeing a lot of people today. More people, I think, are being diagnosed than we've seen before, and a lot of people are falling into that pre-diabetic area. And if they do get into that area, is there a chance or possibility that they may not end up with diabetes if they change their diet?
Yes, and there's even a possibility with people who have type 2 diabetes that can really be reversed. So that diagnosis will always be there, but it can be so well controlled that it's not something that they have to worry about with proper diet and exercise.
And I know there's so much to this, so it's very important if you have questions about this, talk to your doctor. And if you and your doctor think it's a great have you talk to a dietitian, you can get a hold of Molly here through the Health Network and get a plan put together to hopefully minimize anything that may be going on. It's always a great opportunity. Thanks for joining us here on Wellness Wednesday, everyone. We'll catch you next time here on WYLN.
CARES is a local and family-owned agency dedicated to providing exceptional services for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout Pennsylvania. CARES specializes in day and residential services, respite, home and community, behavior supports, and chaperone vacations. At CARES, the participants are the VIPs. Now contracting life-sharing and respite providers, CARES, empowering individuals to maximize their opportunities and potential in their community.
There are 125 used car dealers in town, but there's only one Churras. Quality vehicle since 1954. Voted the best used car dealer. Check out their inventory, see something you like, take a test ride. Churras Auto Sales. Call 570-454-7229. Is your computer not running as good as when you purchased it? Good news! Take it to Hazelton's only retail and repair shop, Hazelton Computer Incorporated. They will get it running like new again. Located at 50 West 23rd Street in Hazelton, next to Churchill Auto Sales.
Blue White Tailgate provides the in-depth breakdown and analysis of the Penn State Nittany Lions football team and their upcoming opponents. Jay Paterno takes you inside the film room to analyze the key plays and formations that will decide the outcome on game day. Watch Blue White Tailgate on WYLN TV 35 Friday night at 10:30 p.m. and Saturday morning at 11 a.m.
Trinity Lutheran Church in Hazelton will be hosting its annual Christmas fair this Saturday. Our Julie Stefanovich has the details for you on this holiday event.
If you're looking to start your holiday shopping, or if you'd like to shop for some creative gift ideas, then you're invited to come out this Saturday to Hazleton Trinity Lutheran Church for their yearly Christmas fair. The event features vendors and much more.
We're going to serve breakfast from 10 o'clock to 12 p.m. We're going to have pancake sausage and orange juice. And for the luncheon, that's going to be from 11 to 3 p.m. And we're going to have beef barbecue, sausage and pepper hoagies, hot dogs, ice cream, cold and hot drinks.
There'll also be plenty of entertainment for all who attend.
Going to be entertainment, the Hazel Liberty Band at 12 p.m. and All That Dancing Studio at 1 p.m. And we invite everyone to come out. It's a nice affair, and I get to meet a lot of people and a lot of good food.
The annual Christmas fair dates back to the 1930s.
Of course, it has changed over the years. They used to get contributions from some of the knitting mills back in the 30s and 40s, and now it's kind of evolved into a multitude of things. We have books and tricky trays. There's a lunch, there's breakfast, there's vendors, there's entertainment. And this is a way in which our congregation can earn a little bit of money to help upkeep with especially heating. We have a huge building, especially heating that so that the community can use it when they need a space.
So come out and join in the festivities this Saturday, November 23rd at Hazleton Trinity Lutheran at Church and Hemlock Streets from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. For easy access, use the Hemlock Street entrance for the fair in Wagner Hall. In Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. And while we're on the topic of Christmas, it's that time of year again. Christmas is right around the corner, and that means the City of Wilkes-Barre's annual Christmas Parade and tree lighting is happening this weekend. The 2019 Christmas Parade will take place this Saturday, November 23rd, with the parade set to begin at 3 p.m. Service Electric Cable TV and Communications of Wilkes-Barre has once again teamed up with us here at WYLN TV to broadcast the parade live, so be sure to tune in. Immediately following the parade, the tree lighting ceremony will take place to light up the Diamond City. Join WYLN's Paula Degnan and special guest host Sue Henry as they guide you through the parade this Saturday, November 23rd at 3 p.m. And that's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.
Life is full of partners. Your health deserves a partner too.
For 4 generations, All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has been treating their customers like family. Stop in to get the lowest financing options and best service around. Whether you're in need of a Ram pickup or have an active family lifestyle or simply want to show off your fun, adventurous side, All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Tamaqua has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. Stop in for Employee Pricing Plus at the Black Friday sales event.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud. Welcome to The Storm, and thank you for watching today on WYLN 35. Do you ever hang on to the past, worry about the future? Do you sometimes wish you could just live in the moment? My guest today is an expert in mind and body techniques and the effects of the relaxation response. She speaks regularly about the benefits of meditation and how to elicit the relaxation response. And she also teaches skills to reduce stress. On top of all of that, she holds a bachelor's in food and nutrition and has been practicing dietitian for 25 years. So take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. After the break, Lisa Wolk joins me on The Storm.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists